Whatever you need, I got it. You need to know anything. You just ask and I'll provide. Whatever you want, I got it.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Looking for Love. I'm your host, Trey Kearney. This is my co-host.
Lamar Hall.
And we're here every Wednesday night, usually at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But this is a disclaimer. Everybody knows I have a son who's on the spectrum, and he was not letting me go live, and he still may not. But we here because we don't let nothing stop us because the show must go on. So, hey, Lamar, how was your week?
Going pretty good, going slow. I'm back on kind of my groove. Bathroom is almost finished. I'll send you pictures. So it's going good. How's your week?
Okay, my week is going good too. I can't complain. What did I do this week? I helped my niece a lot this week. She got 4 kids, and we gotta, and they're 2, 4, and 7. She got a set of twins that are 2 boys, 4 and 7. So I've been enjoying them now. So I've been enjoying them really. So it's not really like I'm doing the most, but I've been enjoying that. And I just really wanted to say, like, me and Lamar have become really good friends. Like, I just wanted to say, you my boy. Like, for real. Like, behind the scenes, like we.
I bounce things off you. I need a big sister. I don't have a big sister, so I get it.
Yeah, well, you got me, but I don't have a big brother, but you're my little big brother, and I just think like we really have like cultivated a great friendship, and I just appreciate you. I just wanted to say that and let the people know. We've never met in person yet.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the crazy thing. People said all the time that, I mean, a lot of my friends man, like, what do you, I say, yeah. I said,
we never met in person, but we will soon. And when we do, we got some stuff coming for y'all. It's going to be fire. So as soon as Lamar gets to town, y'all will hear about that and y'all will see us together. Hopefully we can do a live show while he's here. But if this is your first time here, we're going to give you the rundown of what we do. So here we do our viewers' questions. So we answer, what would you do? We would love for you to answer in the chat, what would you do? And then we go to Let's Sip on That, where we do our celebrity relationship news. Then we go to Beauty and the Beast, and we do our health and wellness tip. And then we have our final thought. We hope we make it through everything tonight. But if we don't, come back next week and we'll make it through it. If you have not watched all the shows, go binge watch on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. And if you are on any of the platform, come on over here so we can see your comments. We can welcome you and we can love on you. So let's get ready to go to our first segment of What Would You Do?, where we answer our audience's questions. Hey, Jeffrey, how are you? It's good to see you tonight. So we're going to get straight to it. Where are my glasses? Because I can't see without. And I'm cute with them on too, so why not? My husband wants to use our tax return to start a business. He has wasted our money several times on trying to start new businesses. I went and filed my taxes separately. He is angry, telling me that was sneaky and I'm not a team player and our future is at stake. I made way more money than my husband and I should have a say-so on what we do with our tax return. I told him to take his return and start a business. He said, I know that's not enough. Who's at fault here?
I mean, if he's squandered away money in the past and he's lost the confidence of the people who are supposed to trust him, he has to rebuild it. He has to take ownership of that. He has to first say, yes, I have done that. And I can understand why you're leery on giving me money. So he needs to fund it himself. And if it takes him a little longer, so maybe he takes this tax return and then next year's tax return and put it together. And if it works, then it starts to cultivate the trust and the confidence from the wife to the husband again. So that's what I would say.
I would just add this. I totally agree, but I would add this. She should have been honest and said, I'm filing separately, and had that conversation instead of just going to file separately, because that is sneaky. And communication is key in any relationship. So not only does she have a trust issue with him because he's squandered money, but now he has a trust issue with her because she went and filed and didn't tell him, and he had to find out from when he probably came and said, it's time for us to go file our taxes.
Right.
And then she said, I filed my taxes already. And there's no me and we, and there's no I and us, because that causes division. So you have to have these conversations, even if they had to agree to disagree, and she filed her taxes and made him aware of it, then that would be fair. But to go behind his back and do anything is sneaky, and it's going to cause separation in your marriage. So I would say, again, like Lamar said, brother, take your money, start building, do little things for your business, whether you got to buy stuff slowly but surely to show her that I'm going to do this anyway.
Right.
And she'll regain trust. But I think y'all should go to a counselor, because neither one of y'all trust each other now.
True.
And trust, no trust in a relationship where it's like a car with no gas. It ain't going nowhere. So that was an easy one. Not
that's easy
one, but an easy one. So if you just tuned in, you're tuning in to Looking for Love. This is our What Would You Do segment, where we answer our viewers' questions. And we're going to get to our next question right now. My 17-year-old daughter has been disrespectful to my fiancé on numerous occasions, almost causing us to break up a few times. I've spoken to my daughter a number of times about how she talks to her. My fiancé does not want her to come to our home until the behavior is corrected. I put my foot down and agreed with my fiancé. My daughter says I chose a woman over her. I know that's her mother's influence. Do you think I did the right thing? I do.
Yeah, I mean, disrespect is never tolerated from a child to a parent, so you got to put your foot down. They're a child until they can make their own decisions. You will be governed under my rule. So
I have to say this to the mothers who have children where their children have to go to someone else's home, their father's home, and deal with another person. You and the father are supposed to be allies. All you're doing is causing hurt to your child, right? Because a lot of times we're so mad at the other person. If it ended wrong for that mother, because he said, I know it's my daughter's mother influencing her. There's so many situations going on where mothers are turning daughters against fathers and wreaking havoc in their home or come home. We have to, as women, now, even though we get our feelings hurt and we break up, we have to put our children first, because we made a decision to have these children. And no matter how much this mother or any mother thinks that she's hurting the man, you're hurting your child, because now he doesn't want her at his house. So they're not going to spend time together. And daughters need fathers. And sons need fathers, but we're talking about a daughter right now. Daughters need fathers. Do we see the world that we're living in? And a lot of times the fathers are not in the daughter's life, let's be honest, because the mother is a problem. So many men are just walking away like, hey, I can't do this no more.
It catch you on the backside when a child grows up, and you can explain it after they have some life experiences a little bit, and then you get a little bit compassion as a father. So unfortunately,
but the bad part about it is you never get that time back.
I know.
So
it's
she's
bad.
17, and if they don't talk again for another 2 years, year, whatever, however much time is going on, this is a pivotal time in her life, and she needs her father, because she's going to start to deal with men. Mm-hmm. She's going to start to deal with different things that a mother can't teach a daughter. We always talk about what a mother can't teach a son. There's some things that a mother can't teach a daughter. We can't teach our daughters what to look out for men from a male perspective, because y'all are on the inside. We're on the outside looking, and we have experiences with men, but we can't teach our daughters about a man better than a man who's played the game, who's done the things, who did the dirt. So we have to stop separating our daughters from their fathers. If that father wants to be present in her life, you as a mother should be saying, you can't go over there and disrespect anybody.
Right.
Your father has every right to not want you at the house, and his fiance has every right, because nobody wants to be bullied by somebody's daughter. And I don't know if he had that conversation. This is important too. I don't know if he had that conversation in front of his fiance with the daughter, because that's important. When you set that boundary in front of the woman with the daughter, it comes across more. You can't talk separately to her, because you make her feel like, well, he ain't saying in front of her, so he just trying to appease her or whatever. So have those conversations like a family meeting where everybody is there, and say to her, If you can't respect my fiance, my future wife, then you can't come here anymore. And this is not me choosing her over you. This is choosing me over your behavior.
Right. Well, I mean, a lot of times the child follows the parents' respect level. So if the mother, now who's the ex-wife, respected the ex-husband, the child would automatically respect her. So the mother has to take her blame in this as well, because she's bad mouthing him, which is making the daughter feel like, I don't respect you, so my mama don't respect you, so this and that. So it's just a vicious cycle. And that's why I love you, because you're such an advocate. You see things from a man's point of view. Not that it's right or indifferent. You just look at it sometimes through a man's eyes. And I think if a lot of women stopped and started doing that and go like, man, that's not right. That's not right. I don't care how I feel about this. I know it's not right. So
Right. Get out of your emotions. You decided to have a child with this man. Now you got to grow up, put your big girl panties on and say, I need to do what's best for my daughter and her relationship with her father, because she's going out into the world with wolves.
yep.
And her father can tell her. And as a man, Lamar, you can tell your daughter way more about men than I can. I can tell her some stuff I've been through. But
Right.
you're a man. You know what you're thinking. You know how men think. You're in the rooms with these men when they are open and honest with each other. So we need y'all. Point blank, period. You know, I'll
Uh,
be asking you stuff.
yeah, you know what I've noticed, all the guys that I know that are good fathers, and unfortunately, if the relationship dissolves, the good guys, the good dads have to go through the BS.
And the good moms have to go through the BA. Isn't that crazy?
Yes, it's like you try to, like my cousin, he, I mean, wanted a great relationship with his daughter. I mean, I think she might have been 2 or 3, and he made an effort to really have a relationship with her and get her. And the mom didn't make it easy. Didn't make it easy at all, man. It took a lot of effort, man, and it's tough, you know. And then no matter what happens, the child always sides with the mom, no matter what.
Until they get older and figure out, and then they suffered. And you lost that relationship
Mhm.
with your father for no reason other than the mother has more influence because the child is in the house with. So a
Yeah.
7-year-old, 8, of course they're going to side with the mother because they're always with her. So again, as women, we have to grow up and we have to understand that our children need their father, and the only person that gets hurt in the crossfire is the child, and that child will grow to resent you after they have a conversation as an adult. So
Absolutely.
be a grown up. If you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're running a little bit late tonight, but we're here at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. If you're enjoying what you see, you can hit the super on the bottom of the screen. It has a $sign on it and a thank you. You can just click that button and you can donate to the cause. We appreciate you. We'll take $1 or we'll take $1,000. It doesn't matter. Just say thank you. So we're going to go to our next question, and that is, my girlfriend wants to remain friends with her ex. She said outside of being together, they were very good friends. The romantic part just didn't work. She thinks she can talk on the phone with him and hang out. I do not agree. She calls it insecurity and controlling. I call it setting boundaries. I'm just ready to leave the whole situation alone. What would you do?
Leave,
Yeah,
leave. There's nothing. Leave.
yeah.
Just leave. I mean, that's an easy one. We can get another one in. that makes no.
But
I mean,
women
don't even.
always, like you said, put the shoe on the other foot. If it was him talking about he wanted to be friends with his ex and go out and talk on the phone, you can't. This I'm going to say this: you can't be friends with your ex if you're in a relationship with somebody, because the reality of the situation is, what do friends do? They hang out together. They talk on the phone together. So we have to stop fantasizing about friendship. My friends, I talk to my friends. I go out with my friends. I hang out with my friends. So you can't be talking on the phone with your ex. You might as well be with your ex.
I saw a thing on a guy on Instagram, and it said when a woman has those type of connections with an ex or something like that, you're being influenced. It means you're taking his word and his influence over your man, your current man. And that is probably some of the most intimate feelings that a man could feel about a woman. Is like, if you feel like your woman is being influenced by another man, you don't need that woman in your life, because she's not gonna ever follow your plan ever.
You just hit a hot 16. If that woman is being influenced by another man, she ain't never gonna follow your plan.
Never.
All right now, MC Mar, I hear you.
Every once in a while they come to me and be like, I get them nuggets.
That was
Message.
good. That was good. No, that's like, you should never talk about your personal relationship with someone of the opposite sex. Like, I should never talk about my man to another man. Like, that's so disrespectful. And again, what do friends do? So to say, and this is another thing that bothers me, when women pull the insecurity controlling card. That is so easy to say that, and this person is not insecure or controlling you. They're telling you this is a boundary that you're crossing. And if you want to talk on the phone with your ex and hang out with your ex, you want to be with your ex.
So I'm gonna shoot a wild one in the dark. So it sounds to me that this woman is probably more beautiful than he's probably used to. So now he's making a decision with his eyes. So that's why he's willing to write into us and to try to make it work. Listen, I'm telling you now, brother, when you go back and you look at this, or if you're watching right now, you gotta walk away, because until you do that, you're gonna make bad decision after bad decision. You make excuses. As a man, you will make excuses for beautiful women's behavior, and it's not gonna get any better. So she showed you who she is. Leave her now. She wants to be with her ex. Done. You don't tolerate it. Walk away.
And there you have it. We're gonna get to our next question, because I ain't got nothing to say on top of that. Leave her now.
Leave her.
Bye. My wife wants to move her sister and 3 kids in our vacant apartment. We got a rental property as an investment to make money. She knows her sister is struggling and won't be able to pay the rent based on bad decisions she always makes, and we agreed from the beginning to never rent to family. Now she's pressuring me to let her move in. She has cut me off and hasn't been speaking to me for the last 3 weeks. What should I do? Stand your ground. Listen, if you got that apartment, if you bought that home for an investment property, right, and you agreed, she doesn't get to change the rules in the middle of the game because it's her sister. And I'm sorry. I don't know if her sister fell on hard times or what that looks like, so I really can't really assess the whole situation. But if she knows that her sister can't pay the rent, y'all are going to end up paying the mortgage. Because I know y'all don't own that place. Investment properties, you get a tenant in, and you make them pay more than what the mortgage is. So it covers the mortgage of the investment property, correct? Like, so if she moves in and she can't pay the rent, y'all still have a mortgage to pay. So basically, you're going to pay rent for your sister and her 3 kids.
Well, I mean, it sounds like that they're doing pretty well off, and I understand his position all too well as well. What they should just do is keep family out of the rental property, help the sister for a very short period of time, sit her down and say, here, we're going to give you assistance for 3 months or however, 6 months, whatever the time period. You sit down, you're very transparent and say, we're going to help you, whatever that entails, and we're going to help you pay your apartment. That keeps our business separate. And now we can help, because you're going to help anyway. So you might as well put her in a situation she wants to be in, in an apartment or whatever, where she wants to live at, and you guys help her with that for however many months y'all agree, because you're going to help. Because if you put her in your rental property, now you're going to be overcritical because what if something gets tore up? Because maybe they're not the best tenants. Maybe that's why they get
in your rental property. You will never get her out.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So it's like, don't even let them in, because you don't know what type of renters they are. They might destroy the carpets. They might take 3 boys. You might get holes in the wall. So it's not even work. Don't even bring them in there. It's just move, help. Say, listen, we're going to help family. Cool. But we're going to do it on this grounds. We're not going to put them into our property.
Right. And I was going to talk about that too. The fact that she has cut him off to make him make a decision. Like, you don't put anybody before your spouse. And I said this before. Nobody comes before the husband. Nobody comes before the wife. This is a situation that needs to be rectified in a manner where everybody is happy. But you cutting him off and behaving like this is a total red flag in this relationship. So every time he doesn't do what you want him to do, you cut him off. Like, no.
That's all too often, Trey. I mean, listen, I was married for 25 years and it was, do it. If you do what I say, you get the reward. And the reward 9 times out of 10 is physical contact, it's sex. So, and it's just like it's used to manipulate. And men all too often don't talk about this. They really don't. And they just kind of deal with it. They keep it moving. And that's just how your mama is. And it's done and perpetuated. It's been throughout time. That's just how men just deal with women.
This is why I said in this instance, and I know like you gave a good suggestion, but one, he's not responsible for her and her 3 kids. Where's their fathers at? Number 2, when you give in, you're teaching her how to treat you. That whenever she does the silent treatment or she stomps her feet or behaves poorly, that you're going to do what she wants you to do. I would not give in to this. Like you said, Lamar, that's a good idea. Is there another family member she could stay with? Make some suggestions. Can you go stay with mom and dad? Can you go stay with your children's father? Make some suggestions, but don't let her bully you into doing something that y'all agreed not to do. Because if the shoe was on the other foot and it was his brother, she would be like, we said that we wasn't letting family move into the apartment. Right. So now that it's her sister, is not fair. And again, I would not let her in because if she has a history of being irresponsible, you are taking in somebody that you are going to end up taking care of, her and 3 kids. And that is not fair to that man. And that would not be fair to a woman. So I would stick to my guns and we would figure something else out. But I would not let her in that apartment. If she can't pay, and this, if y'all own it, like straight out own it, and you're only paying taxes on it, which I doubt, and you want to let her get in, that's one thing. But if you have a mortgage to pay, so you're going to be paying your mortgage in the home that you live in and your mortgage on an investment property.
That's what I'm saying. Just keep the investment property separate. You're already paying for the mortgage. So just go pay for her apartment for a couple of months that y'all agree on. And then you've done your due diligence. You just, hey, I did my part. It's like, right. How long you think I'm supposed to take care of you? For a year? So like, come on, 3 to 6 months, you got to get up on your feet. And that's what it is. But she gets to pick her apartment because once we cut ties in 3 months, I'm done. And she's where she wants to be at.
Right. So again, nobody comes before the husband and the wife. We are one. And we should agree, and we should not be punishing each other by the silent treatment or cutting folks off as grown Generation X over 45 people, because that mess don't work. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network. And we are just finishing up our What Would You Do segment. And we are going to get to our Let's Sip on That celebrity relationship news. Are you ready, Lamar?
Yeah, I've been seeing you. I've been burying you in Instagram.
Yes, but this one right here, this is Neil's 4th girlfriend.
Oh, I did see it, but I didn't see the tattoo thing.
She just went and tattooed his eyes on her arm. So there's 2 things I want to talk about here. Now, number 1 is, this is a whole mess. Neil too old for this, number 1. Neil's not a spring chicken. Now, young folk stuff is young folk stuff, but Neil's too old for this. And these women, do you think that they would even be doing this if Neil was a regular guy on Central Avenue in East Orange?
Mm-mm. I mean, this is what the benefits of having money allows you to do. You don't have to follow the rules. My number 1 would be I didn't think Neil made that much money to be doing these type of things. So I mean, he's got 4 wives. So
Neil is loaded. Neil's a songwriter.
Oh, I mean,
Neil
I don't know his net worth, but
no, Neil has
clearly it's clearly 4 wives can be afforded on that career. So
4 wives, 2 baby mamas with multiple children. Neil is a songwriter. His
Google his net worth because he is mismanaging. I mean, listen, 2 wives is more than enough, man. They can keep each other company when you don't want to deal with either one of them. I don't know the need for 4. And then you got 2 sets. Then you got all these 4 personalities. You know, at some point, some personality is going to move to the front. You got to. I don't know. It's a lot of managing on
I
one
just
part.
believe he is. I believe he's dealing with some. I wrote about this in my book, Men Hurt Too. How men are still dealing with the fact that they were the ugly boy in school, nobody wanted them, and now you got money and power, so now you turned into a womanizer, and you inside are feeling like, oh, now, now they want me. You have to go deal with that through therapy so that you are not a wrecking ball to women because nobody liked you. Like I was in the music industry a long time ago, and I had a conversation with somebody who was close to him, and it wasn't that we were saying anything bad about him. And she was telling me that the labels didn't think he was pleasing to the eyes, so they didn't want to release him as an artist. His name is Schaefer. They didn't want to release him as an artist, so he went through the back door and wrote for everybody. He's a dynamic writer. He is a dynamic writer. He wrote for Chrisette Michelle. He wrote for, if you go, he probably wrote for everybody. Hits. I mean, hit after hit. This is why he loaded. And then he took off as a artist, and then he's doing shows. So he has money, but the thing about it is he has a complex. And you know, people, as soon as he take his hat off, people still saying stuff about his head. He has to go deal with that because he's hurting me.
When I was a buyer, we went when he was hanging out with Jay-Z and them. We had to Jay-Z would always do these functions around Fashion Week and stuff. And I was on the elevator with him. He's like 5'5". He's little.
And again, not to call anybody ugly, but he's not the most attractive man. And when he was coming up through the trenches of the labels, they were saying that he was unattractive, he wasn't marketable, and all these other things. But you have to deal with that. Like even us as women, like we had to deal with some things when we were just. I was skinny, I was bony in school. I thought I never would have a boy.
Oh man, my neck looked like my neck was so skinny, man. It looked like it was like 2 times long. It's like, man, it's like my teeth looked like they were this big. I was like, man, I could.
And you have to deal with that, or you'll become a womanizer if you have not. Because we've done the self work. So if you have not done the self work, and now you know, because you know women are coming. You're like, wait a minute, this is new. You know women are coming after you, so you have to deal with those inner demons. And then another thing I want to talk about is he was talking about he's going to be open and honest with his kids about his lifestyle. I don't think that's necessary, that what you're doing with whoever you're doing it with, that you should tell your children about that. I don't understand why you think that that's necessary.
This generation, this time period of people, we just oversharing. You know, some things. I say it again, and it just baffles me when I see people talking into the camera and recording themselves and then uploading it and posting it, and it's some of their most intimate and personal thoughts at times. You know, I don't know. It kind of, I don't know. It bothers me.
Yeah, some things like you don't need your children, your sex life right now, because they're not old, first of all, to even be understanding. And you don't have to have all those women around your children. Like, you really don't. Like, it's okay that you're doing what you're doing as an adult, but you don't have to bring those women around your children. You can go and spend time with your children without them. And you can tell them, y'all don't have to be at the house when my kids get here. Because if I was their mother, I would be like, this is not what we're doing. I'm sorry. And I understand if it was one woman, that's hard enough for kids. And not even for the mother, that's hard enough for kids too.
Man,
you know, that's hard enough for kids to deal with a woman that's dealing with their father and that personality and the dynamic of the dad paying attention to them, especially young kids. So be mindful of what you're doing and the damage that you may be causing because you want to do what you want to do. And again, like we talked about the other one, when we have kids, it's not about us anymore. It's about the health and wellness of the children. So
absolutely.
If you just tuned in, you tune into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we just did our segment, Let's Sip on It, our celebrity relationship news. And now we're going to get to our health and wellness segment where we give you a health and wellness tip to take with you for the week. So, Lamar, what is your health and wellness tip?
So I fell off the wagon a little bit. So last week I was talking about hydration and water and stuff. So Supplements. I think, I have forgotten, my cabinet full of supplements and what their importance has been and why they're there. So from you guys over the age of 30, these are a couple of supplements you really need to focus on. Get it into your daily or weekly regimen. Zinc. It is vital for testosterone. Testosterone is what is the powerhouse of you being a man. It's how you make you feel, your muscle development. The higher the testosterone, the lower the belly. So remember that testosterone. So zinc, get you some zinc in your body. Vitamin D3 is for bone health. It's like and again, more testosterone production, and K2, which is a calcium absorption in the bone. So good for cardiovascular. So zinc, vitamin D3. So I'll stop at that because I know we got short attention span.
Yes, it's okay. So I'm going to give 20 foods to eat if you are sick, and I'm not going to do all 20. I'll do 3 today, and we'll carry this over into our next show, or I will post them on YouTube in the comment section. So number 1, if you have headaches, you should eat bananas for magnesium, because magnesium relaxes blood vessels. Number 2, if you have constipation, you should eat apples because apples are high in fiber. Number 3, oranges. If you have a cold, boost your immunity. We'll do 5. Number 4, if you have a sore throat, honey soothes and fights bacteria. And number 5, upset stomach, ginger eases nausea. And a bonus one, fatigue. Oats provides energy. So that is our health and wellness segment. We flow tonight. That is our health and wellness segment.
I didn't know bananas had magnesium.
Yeah. Bananas, yes, for headaches. Bananas have magnesium, relaxes the blood vessels. And I've been eating bananas because I've been having headaches. So then I'll let y'all know how well that's working for me. Are these zinc tablets?
Yes, zinc tablets. You can get it at in your health store, grocery store, stuff like that. Zinc is very zinc and magnesium.
Yes, and any supplements or anything that we are telling you, we advise you to speak with your doctor first.
Yes.
Anything anybody tells you to try, speak to your doctor first. That is our disclaimer. This is just some things that we're trying and implementing, and we don't know if you have other health issues that you can't eat bananas if you're allergic. We don't know none of that. So we want you, before you do any of these things, to talk to your doctor. That's it. That's clear us up. We ain't telling you to take nothing. So
Yana, we told him don't eat that banana.
Right. Y'all told me to eat this and now I'm sick. No. Y'all gonna be suing us.
I was allergic to bananas, but they said eat bananas and I ate a banana.
Or some of us, we're 45 and over. So some of us are taking high blood pressure medication. Some of us are taking thyroid medication, myself. So some things that we're not supposed to, maybe you're not supposed to take magnesium with the blood pressure medicine you're taking, or maybe you're not supposed to eat certain nuts or whatever. So we want you to say, Doc, I heard this. Is it okay for me to eat this? So check with your physician before you do any of these things or anything you hear online.
Absolutely.
Right. So we're going to get to our last segment, which is our final thought. Lamar, what's your final thought for tonight?
So I came in with a different thought, and I try to wrap up our conversations and give a final thought. So I continue to think that obviously Generation X, we are searching for the second half of our life to find a partner. Men, you have to do the work on yourself, because picking this next woman for the rest of your life, that's going to take care of you, that's going to care for you, support you, that requires you to do work on yourself now. So stop making excuses. You got to go to therapy. You got to spend time alone. You got to get yourself together and know what you need. So when you meet this woman, y'all can build correctly, because that decision is the most important decision a man can make. I go back to our last one. That guy has a wife. They have a successful business. They're in real estate, and they can't even grow their empire because they can't get on the same page. And then you got people that's going to nip and take from. They can't even build their empire because everybody don't know their role. They can't stick to the plan. He has to know what type of woman he's marrying. Because I'm sure he's the one that spearheaded this, you know, and like, hey, this is what we're going to do. And she's like, okay, cool. Once she starts seeing it work, now she feels entitled and she don't want to, I don't know, she don't want to play. It's okay. I don't know where women went wrong that being a support system to a good man is a bad thing. If he's a good man, support him in any way, because society is tearing him down, or trying to at best. And sometimes all you need is your woman to put that battery in your back and you're ready to chug along a little bit more. But if he has to go out and fight the world and you are taking energy out of his back, he's going to lose steam at some point. And you're going to be the first casualty.
Oh, wow. My final thought is stick to your word. When you agree on something, all we have is our word. When we agree on something, when we make a plan, don't change the plan in the middle of the game. When we agree on something and we got to agree to stick to the plan so that we don't have arguments on who's doing what or who we let live in our house and all of that. Just stick to what you agreed to. We agreed no family would be in the house. We agreed that we wouldn't go on separate vacations. Whatever we agreed to, let's stick to the agreement, because your word is your bond. So that's what I'm going to say. Your word is your bond. So if you just tuned in, you're tuned into Looking for Love. We're here every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New You Nation Network YouTube channel. Please share, because sharing is caring. Like, subscribe, and bring a friend next time. So we thank y'all so much for tuning in, and we will see y'all next week. Same time, same place. We love y'all. I'm Trey Kearney. This is my co-host,
Lamar Hall.
You can find me at Trey Kearney on Instagram, and you can find him
MAR_T_HALL13.
And if you would like for us to answer your question live, you can send us an email to info@treykearney.com, or you can shoot us a DM. And if you come on live with us and you have a question, we'll answer your question on the spot because you're live with us. So we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.